Are you worried about receiving your Minster Baywatch parking fine and maybe facing legal action? I'm going to arm you with information so you can take educated action. If you're wondering if you have to pay your Minster Baywatch parking charge notice, you're not forced to unless a judge orders you to. However, ignoring a Minster Baywatch parking fine could result in legal action and having to pay more. Minster Baywatch is likely to threaten litigation to everyone they contact. For some, there'll be genuine threats, but for others, they may just be trying to scare them into paying. They could use a debt collection agency to do this on their behalf. I'll tell you what happened to someone who faced court after receiving a PCN. The driver visited a car park that he'd used regularly. He thought it was free after 8 at night and the cameras caught him going in and spending 21 minutes in there. It's £1 overnight, so at this point he owes a massive nearly 3p. The PCN had a mistake on the building name of his address. He ignored the £60 PCN, the £100 PCN and the letter from Gladstone's debt collectors. His defence was that the evidence was obtained by illegally installed ANPR cameras for which there is no planning permission. It was retrospectively applied for. The PCN was not correctly served because the address was wrong and obtained by illegal cameras. But Minster Baywatch was not mentioned on the signage at the entrance. Now, despite the signage not mentioning Minster Baywatch, the judge deemed that the yellow signage around the car park was a sufficient contract that he'd agreed to. The planning permission had been approved and backdated to the installation date. The judge wasn't interested that the charges were grossly disproportionate to the actual costs incurred. Minster Baywatch was awarded £150 plus £75 solicitor costs and £25 court costs. So that's £250 in total. So it's worth really thinking through whether you have a strong case. If you do receive a parking ticket from Minster Baywatch, it's officially called a parking charge notice. It's not the same as council parking fines, which are called penalty charge notices. A parking charge notice is simply an invoice from Minster Baywatch to the motorist for failing to keep to the terms of the car park. A new law in 2023 will cap private parking fines by 50%. So private car park operators like Minster Baywatch can only charge £50 outside of London and £80 within London. Additionally, Minster Baywatch must provide at least a 40% discount to any motorist who agrees to pay within the first 14 days. So your Minster Baywatch parking fine outside of London could be just £30. And inside of London, it could be as low as £48 instead. But remember, this is only if you pay it swiftly. You can appeal a Minster Baywatch parking charge notice as long as your appeal is made by the deadline, which is usually 28 days. If your appeal is accepted, the parking ticket will be cancelled and you won't have to pay. The Minster Baywatch appeals process starts by making a representation directly to the company. Your appeal should include a valid reason why you didn't pay for parking, backed up by suitable evidence. So, for example, if all payment machines were broken, then you may need photos of the machines not working. Be aware that some private car park signage states that when there's no method to pay, you're not allowed to park at all. If your appeal's rejected, you can ask an independent tribunal to look at your arguments and make a final decision. The tribunal can overrule Minster Baywatch. As the company is a member of the British Parking Association, all escalated appeals must be directed to Poplar, which is a free appeal service. Appealing a Minster Baywatch PCN is free, but it can cost you the 40% discounted rate. Make sure that you back it up with as much evidence as possible. If you're wondering about whether your appeal is strong enough and you want a professional opinion, then it might be worth speaking to an online solicitor like JustAnswer. They're offering a £5 trial, which is cheaper than paying full price for your PCN. I'll leave a link for you just below this video, and if you use it, you'll be supporting Thrifty Family, so thanks.